Let's start to look at the algebraic ways of solving a system of equations. The first way is called substitution. Substitution is going to be used when you know that one of the equations is already solved for one of the variables. So for example, in this problem, we have the second equation already solved for y. So that's the key. We have y equals in that equation. And to go ahead and solve it, the first thing you want to do, since we know that y equals negative 3x plus 5, we can substitute this value in for y in the top equation. And so that's going to look like this. 5x minus 4, and then instead of writing y, I'll write what y equals according to the bottom equation. Negative 3x plus 5. And now I have an equation without y, and I can solve. First distribute. So 5x plus 12x minus 20 equals negative 3. Put the x's together. Add 20 to both sides. And so 17x equals 17. Divide by 17 on both sides. X equals 1. And that's great. So now we know that x equals 1. We just need to solve for y. So now that I know that x equals 1, I can go back to this equation and plug that 1 in for x. So y equals negative 3 times 1 plus 5. Y equals negative 3 plus 5. Y equals 2. And so my solution to this system of equations would be the point 1, 2. And same idea here. Substitution is good because one of the variables is solved for. The y in the first equation, it's already y equals, and that's perfect. So we're going to take this 5x minus 7 and substitute it in for the y in the bottom. So I have negative 3x minus 2, and then instead of y, I'll write 5x minus 7 equals negative 12. Now it becomes solving the equation. Distribute. Combine the x's. And then solve. Divide both sides by negative 13. And x equals positive 2. Once I know what x equals, I can go back to my original equation that solved for y and just plug it in and solve for y. So y equals 5 times 2 minus 7. Y equals 10 minus 7. Y ends up equaling 3. So my answer to this would be the coordinate 2, 3. Here, notice I have both equations solved for y. Well, that's not a problem. All I'm going to do is take one of them and substitute it in for the other. So for this one, I'll take 2x minus 7, put it into the y on the bottom. So I get a new equation of 2x minus 7 equals 5x minus 4. And let's solve. So first bring the x's over. number over. And then divide out. And so I get x equals -1. Now you have your choice. It really doesn't matter which one you plug into. So plug into whichever one looks easier for you. I'll take the one on the top. And so y equals 2, x is now -1, minus 7. And so y equals -9. And so the coordinate now is -1, -9. And that's it.
Made with Doodlecast Pro.